Oh. All right. Hey, hi, hello, and welcome or welcome back. My name is Demeter Willow or Anemone. I don't know. We'll see. We're thinking about it. Many thoughts going on there. My pronouns are they, them, and yeah, welcome back to my corner of the internet where we talk about books and fashion and style and clothes and probably personality tests and whatnot and all kinds of nonsense. I, yes, don't have any outfits. I don't have any books. Today is going to just be a chatty, thoughtful thing. Welcome to my messy floor. We're freewheeling. I couldn't find my microphone to save my life, so we're just doing the good old phone audio. You might be able to hear the heater because it's cold. You know, fun times all around. But, yeah, I had some thinky thoughts and figured we'd have a little chat. So, basically, I've gone through some style changes in the last, well, long time. And one of the things that I've really noticed is certain clothes and visibility. So, okay, let's just jump in with a story because this is how my brain works and this is what relates to it. Basically, I bought this jacket recently. I thrifted it. It's beautiful. It's basically like a kind of like a duck canvas, sort of rugged vintage workwear jacket. It's like short. It's got a big hood. It's padded. It's kind of like the Carhartt jackets, like the hooded Carhartt jackets, but like vintage and not Carhartt. And I've coveted those forever, but I just accepted that I would never have one because they start like too big and too heavy for me. So yeah, I found it at the thrift store. It's just amazing. It's beautiful. But, not a bad but, we'll get into it. It's pink. And it's like, it's not bright pink. It's like a sort of deeper, like kind of muted, fiery, like rich, like autumny pink. It's beautiful. It's like a beautiful color. I love it. It's a beautiful color. I think it looks great on me. It's my favorite. It's very practical and it's wonderful, and I really wanted something pink, and I found this beautiful pink jacket, and it's just so many things that I love. And I love it, and it's wonderful, and it's great, and I bought it, and I took it home, and I'm very excited about it. And I wore it recently, and I realized that it is one of these items that we're gonna get more into, in which I feel incredibly vulnerable and visible and exposed in a certain kind of particular way. And so this is where the context of like, and the intersection of gender and gender identity and clothes meets for me. Because the reason that I feel really vulnerable and exposed in it is because it's pink. It's not because it's a bright color. It's not because it's a color. It's because it is pink. I have another jacket that I wear all the time that's yellow, and it's like, yeah, it's like a rich sort of mustard yellow, but it's still like a bright yellow. It's very visible. Like no one is gonna be like, I missed you. You know, like it's obvious, and it really like makes people look at you because it's yellow. It's very bright. It's very eye-catching. And I wear that jacket all the time. And I don't feel weird about it. I don't feel like vulnerable. I don't feel exposed. I don't feel anxious when I wear it. Like nothing, none of that crosses my mind. I just go about my normal life. It's normal. It's fine. But this jacket, I'm like, ah. And it's absolutely because it's pink, and because our society has such a strong connotation about pink and girliness. Sorry, I'm sniffly. I just came in from the cold. And like femininity, and it's such a heavy association. And whenever I wear that jacket, I just notice like I automatically start having thoughts like I start worrying that I'm going to be laughed at, that I'm going to be made fun of, that I'm going to be targeted basically in some way, in some kind of negative way, that I stick out in a negative way that's going to make me vulnerable to some sort of meanness or attention that I don't want. And I feel very similarly when I wear skirts or dresses, basically when I don't wear pants. I feel very similarly. I often feel really exposed. I feel very uncomfortable in public. I feel like I'm at risk. I feel very visible in a certain way, and I feel like I'm more likely to receive negative attention in some way, or unwanted attention in some way, or aggressive, violent attention in some way. All of which, I just want to state, definitely has very reasonable and very realistic things, but also has not happened to me. Like, I have not personally noticed that I receive like negative attention when I wear a skirt in public or pink. Like, nothing's happened so far. So there isn't like an actual experience that this is coming from. There's the fear of the experience that this feeling is coming from. Anyway, I love skirts and dresses, and I always have. I wore them exclusively as a child. Basically, I was obsessed with them, and then as I got older, I stopped wearing them, and there's been long periods of my life where I haven't worn anything resembling a dress or a skirt for like years, for long periods of time. And I've just been like, no, that's the worst. Like, I just don't relate to it. It doesn't connect to me. Like, no. Just stayed far away from all of that. And I've only recently started trying to like reaccess or like reacquaint myself with that part of myself and see if I can sort of move through it, which is where this is coming from, because then I found that I don't think that it's so much that I don't like the way that I personally feel in these garments or the way that I look in these garments. It's the like, I find it hard to get past the visibility that I feel. The extreme, excruciating, vulnerable visibility that I feel in certain things. And same thing, I've sort of been reviving the weird, odd, like fantasy, historical inspired, cute aspect of my style, and again, feeling the same thing, feeling slightly more anxious about being visible, feeling like once again, I'm receiving a lot of looks when I'm in public because I stick out. And that's kind of uncomfortable and hard. And I really like moved away from that. I really sort of dulled my style down and made myself less visible as a way to make myself more comfortable. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that inherently. I don't think that that's automatically a bad thing, or that's the thing we shouldn't do. I think that you have to do what works for you. And I guess that's why I'm like chatting about this today, because I'm still very much meandering through that process and like feeling that out for myself and figuring out how to build resilience and tolerance to that feeling so that it doesn't control what I wear. Because for me personally, I don't want it to, and I also want to be able to know, am I wearing skirts because or not, or am I not wearing skirts because I don't like to wear skirts and they actually don't make me feel that great and it's not really my vibe? Or am I not wearing skirts because I feel scared to wear them? Because for me, I don't want that to be a reason that I don't wear something. I don't want to be crushing myself because I'm trying to crush myself first before the world can do it, you know? Like, and I have for a long time. I've done that for a long, long time. And I don't want to be doing that as much anymore. But I also don't want to be scaring the shit out of myself every time I leave the house. You know, I don't want to be leaving the house feeling vulnerable and scared and unnerved by what I'm wearing. I want to feel safe when I leave my house, or when I present myself to the world, right? This is another thing that I've noticed, is that this feeling for me doesn't just extend to walking around outside in the real world. It extends to being visible online, for instance. I feel more anxious and more uncomfortable posting outfit pictures, which is something I love to do, of my outfits that are a little bit weirder or a little bit more like, I don't know, odd, or have like more traditionally feminine aspects to them or historically inspired aspects to them. I feel more scared and more anxious to post those online, and more sort of uncomfortable about being visible in that way than I do about posting things that are a little bit more trendy or a little bit more cool looking or a little bit more just something that I see more of and that I feel like is more of a look, you know? I've often felt like there's always something off about me, like that there's always something that's a little bit weird, where I can never quite pull off the like aesthetic version of something, because I think I'm always just a little bit too, how does it say it, like lived in, I would say, maybe. Like, I think there's always something a little bit too sort of carefree or just not thought through about the way that I look and the way that I dress and the way that I decorate and the way that I create and all of these things, where I think that prevents me from having a really strong, really clear, really like intentional aesthetic vision. Because even if it's cohesive, even if it all sort of goes together, there's always something a bit rumpled, a bit unpolished, a bit not thought through about it. There's always something that looks a little chaotic or a little off. Like even right now, like my hair's a bit sideways, and like I will never be someone who like really puts in the nitty gritty to make everything perfect and everything beautiful and everything go together so seamlessly, which is like no grump to those people. That is freaking amazing. I have always desperately wanted to be like that and felt massively inferior my whole life. So I really find it inspiring and really beautiful, but I think I've had to accept that this is just not how I am, that there's always just going to be something a little off, a little funny, a little out of place, something that's kind of wrecking it a little bit. And I don't know, I'm still working through my feelings about that. That's maybe a side tangent. But anyway, the point of this chattiness was to be that, like, yes, this is something that I'm exploring and that I'm noticing in myself right now. And something that I'm still morphing and like stripping back the layers around and trying to figure out what feels true to me and what feels good to me and what is representative of me versus what is something I feel like I should be, something I feel like I want to be, something that makes me feel safe or comfortable, you know, which to me is the same as those versions of me that I want to be or that I feel like I should be. And within that is a lot of stuff to peel back that I'm working on peeling back. And one of those things is about vulnerability and visibility and feeling that anxiety in certain clothes of, am I going to be targeted or am I going to be attacked for this in some way, shape, or form. And with that being said, I think that this channel is like a beautiful, confusing representation of that, because I haven't been making videos because I've been trying to figure out, like, am I actually going in a direction that feels true to me, or am I doing the same thing where I'm sort of like putting on a thing that I feel like I should be? Should I just go back to my original channel and make videos there? Should I not separate these things? Like, so many questions that are just sort of locking me up and putting a spanner in the works of, like, I'm still trying to work my way around all of these versions of me that I am hiding behind to one degree or another, or using to, like, protect myself or keep myself safe or keep myself a little less visible, a little less vulnerable. But that ultimately then sort of leave me stuck and leave me blocked because I can't get through them, and I can't express something that's true. I can't express something that's real. I can't show up in a way that feels honest, so then I just stop showing up because it's not right. Anyway, I don't know if any of this makes any sense, but if you have any thoughts, about this or personal experiences of it, let me know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this video. I'm having channel anxiety. I don't know where to post things. I don't know what I should be doing. For those of you who don't know what that means, I had a previous channel. Anyway, I might just post this on both channels for now until I figure out what the hell I want from my life in this area and what feels like the best way to proceed. So yeah, because I have lots and lots of thoughts about it, and I like sharing those. That I'm clear on. I like sharing thoughts. I like sharing my ideas. I like doing rambly chats. I like all of it. It's just all the shit in the way, and I'm trying to peel that back and work through that, both in my clothes and in every other area of my life. It's all connected. It's all symbolic of each other. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to, you can't hold me to this because you won't know if I don't, but I'm going to actually post this. I keep making videos and not posting them, so I'm going to actually post this, and maybe I will just, say screw it and post it to both channels and just see where we frickin' go from there. But anyway, hopefully you're seeing this. So long, farewell. Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I will hopefully talk soon. We'll see. It's a process. Getting through the frickin' mire of all the very protective, very effective, very useful barriers that I have erected, which are really important and have served me well, but time to find my way out. Anyway, see you later, alligator.